Put your hand in the air. Jump, jump. Hey, la, 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 la. Give me some music on stage. Hey, la, 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 la. Hey. Yeah, man. Okay, boy. Hey. Music on stage, music on stage. Hey. My other child who live my life again. We don't pretending I will tell you plain. I made a lot of mistakes in this life. I would like to change. But some of the thinking I hold dear to me is being born and bred in this country. For no other place on earth wouldn't do for me. It's not to say that all is rosy here. We have problems and we are poor. But generally speaking, we are an easy-going people, free and clean. I hold you very good. For you, my dearest, I cannot tell. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back to you. When all the children will forsake you, I will always stand up firm and true. Boy, I am your knight in shining armor. I will make no true ambassador. Sweet Dominica. Sing! Stop it up! Stop it up! Stop it up! Stop it up! Way la 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 la. Way la 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 la. Way la 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 la. Yeah, man. Okay, boy. Yeah, man. Sometimes things I hear those make me want to cry. For the very children, those who have no pride. For instead of helping out, get them criticized. But as I say, I cannot lose my faith. Because Dominica, you're my rightful place. And if I denounce your goodness, who but me I defend? Here I go, someone must be done destroying, and they must be disciplined. I can't forgive them who are crazy, one of them who are lazy, they bring shame on we. I hold you. Sing! I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back to you. When all the children will forsake you, I will always stand up firm and true. I am your knight in shining armor. I remain your true ambassador. Sweet Dominica, you know how I care. You're humble self and they remain. They stand by your side. So not this way. Way la la la. Way la la la. Way la la la. If you wear it red, that means you meant so much. Hey. Can I go now? Can I go now? Lord of mercy. Mr. DJ, let me go. Hey! Yeah, man. Let me see them Dominicans to the ball. Never rise to the ball. Yes, I. 41 years we celebrate. Want everyone to appreciate. For the spotlight is on the major aisle. So the masses must pay the rightful time. I can see it in my dreams. We will reign supreme. Oh, And we promise to vote.
We promise, oh yes, we promise.
And we promise to amalgamate only positive intake. Promise to defend the pride, the land in which we reside. We put up. Labor rights, let's go.
Forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go,
Forward, there we go. Somebody scream! Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Oh, 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 oh. Water! Let me see the Dominicans to the earth. Never rise to the earth. Oh, 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 oh. The blade of glory lies ahead. 70,000 to be led. Success to be bled from every stone. We devoted labor rights to the bone. Bear your country's name with pride. Floating worldwide. Oh, when the hand of Jah is at your side, you can be denied. Oh, so tonight we will celebrate. Let the whole world through the gate. Remember 2008, time to regenerate. Tomorrow we stand as one to talk into action. Let them know that labor is number one. But put your hands in the air. So we promise to be yours.
We promise, oh yes, we promise.
And we promise to vote.
We promise, oh yes, we promise.
And we promise to be true leaders, servants and followers. Promise to exemplify that in which we prophesy. We put up. If you believe, then let it show. Labor right, let's go.
forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go,
Forward, there we go. All labor right, everybody, let's go.
forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go.
Rosa Central, where are you?
Forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go, forward we go.
One love you.
Labor Party shall not be moved.
I run things in Dominica.
Yes, sir. How you feeling? Yes. Big up to all the Grand Bay people in the house. Where you? Those from Rosa Central. Where you? Those from Vickers. Where you? All those from Soufriere. Where you? Yes. Those from Wesley. Those from Rosa Valley. Yes. Those from Rosa North. Those from all over the country. Those from Posse. From Maho. From Cottage. Yes, everybody seems to be here tonight. Where are we missing? St. Joe. Yes. Rosa South. Everybody's here tonight. All over Dominica. Somebody make some noise. I as we bring to the podium the political leader of the Dominican Labour Party, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Thank you. Mwen sav ou ja konet Skerrit ka mene bitin en Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe. Mais yo pas à parler créole, yo pas connaître français, mais yo pas à Skerrit ça parler français, Skerrit ka parler créole. Moi, je parle un peu de français. Et je parle créole aussi. C'est blé là, pas connaître Dehé, pas connaître Saint-François, Sainte-Anne. Je pas connaître Bastin. Comme Esther Berlot, il pas connaître Place Salin. Mais ce qu'elle connaît tout partout Guadeloupe. Moi, c'est Moun Guadeloupe. Moi, c'est Pep Guadeloupe. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you greetings from Dominica. And I say to you tonight that the only party that has a plan and a vision for Dominica is the Dominica Labour Party. The only thing that the opposition is giving to Dominica is attack on Roosevelt Skerrit alone. But attacking Roosevelt Skerrit will not bring development to Dominica. What brings development to a country is vision and hope. And that's what the Dominica Labour Party is providing to the people of Dominica. So they can curse Skerrit morning, noon, and night. But they cannot move Roosevelt Skerrit as the Prime Minister of Dominica. Because Dominicans know that Roosevelt Skerrit has the back of the people of Dominica. They know that when there is a disaster, they can rely on Roosevelt Skerrit to be there with them and for them, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why you are here in such large numbers from Guadeloupe to say to Dominica and the world that Dominicans living in Guadeloupe stand firm with the Dominica Labour Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to publicly again express my gratitude to the people of Guadeloupe, to the leadership of Guadeloupe, and to all Dominicans who reside in Guadeloupe for your tremendous support to us after Erica and after Maria. Guadeloupe has been there with us, and we will never forget what Guadeloupe has done for us in Dominica. So thank you very much. But I'm here to say to you that Dominica has come a very long way since the hurricane. Today, people cannot understand that that was the same little country that was flattened by Hurricane Maria 2 years ago. We are moving Dominica forward, ladies and gentlemen. And we, the Dominica Labour Party, has been doing this without the help of the Workers' Party because they do not love people, they don't care about people. Because I have always said to us that to first lead up, to lead up people, you must first love them. If you do not love people, you do not care about them, and you do not bother how they live, how they sleep, how they wake up. And that is what you have in the Workers' Party. They don't care about people. They only care about themselves, ladies and gentlemen. How you tell me a hurricane hit Dominica like that? Every one of us in Dominica was impacted. Every one of us needed water and food and shelter and clothing. You hear Dominicans living in Guadeloupe, you have your little job, and when the hurricane hit Dominica, you went and you shop and you sent things for us, Dominica, to eat and drink. And the opposition in Dominica did not buy not one little bottle of water for Dominicans. They did nothing for us. And my friends, you have to take this thing serious and note this, that you know who your friends are when you are in difficulties. Not when things going good for you, you know a friend. You know a friend when you are down. And all of us have friends. And you know who you can call when you want to go $20 or go 20 euros. You don't call everybody, you call people who you know you can rely on. People who you know will be there with you in difficult times. And that's what you have in the Dominica Labour Party. We have come a long way, and we have a long way to go. And this is why the elections this year is an important election, ladies and gentlemen. It's an important election. It's a defining moment for Dominica. That election will determine whether Dominica goes forward under the Dominica Labour Party or comes to a crashing halt under the Workers' Party. This is the party that has the vision and the plan and the money to move Dominica forward, the Dominica Labour Party. And I say to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and mark my words, as there is a God above and the God that we serve, I am saying to you in Guadeloupe, Dominicans resident in Guadeloupe, that Roosevelt Scarrett and the Dominica Labour Party will build the international airport in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. We will build the international airport for Dominica. And I will have more to say about this in the next few days. I am telling you, we will build this airport. You, ladies and gentlemen, we are making tremendous progress where healthcare is concerned. And they'll come here and tell you, Scarrett has done nothing with Dominica in 20 years. But we must remember where Dominica was when Labour Party came into office in 2000. You recall where we were? When we came into office, ladies and gentlemen, we met one dysfunctional dialysis machine. Dominicans could not get to be dialyzed. One single dysfunctional machine. Today in our new hospital, we have 14 new dialysis machines for Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. When we came into office in 2000, we did not have an intensive care unit at the hospital. The intensive care unit in a hospital is like the engine in a vehicle. You must have that in a hospital. And we only got an intensive care unit in Dominica at our hospital in 2005, brought by Roosevelt Scarrett and the Dominica Labour Party. And when we came into office, ladies and gentlemen, every single road in Dominica, whether the road to the airport, whether it was in Rosa, Portsmouth, wherever you were in Dominica, was bad. And today we boast of some of the best roads in the English-speaking Caribbean, ladies and gentlemen. Improving the infrastructure for Dominica. When we came into office, only 7% of all high school graduates had access to college in Dominica. 7%, which means that 93 out of 100 young Dominicans did not make it to college. How could you build a country like that? And when we came into office, less than 40% of all primary school graduates had access to secondary school. What happens today? What obtains today? Since 2005, every Dominican child, irrespective of who your parents are, irrespective of which part of Dominica you come from, has a space at a secondary school in Dominica, thanks to the Dominica Labour Party. And we're not only providing access to education for our children, we are providing them with the means of taking advantage of that access by providing our children in Dominica with free transportation. This government, this Labour Party is providing free transportation for all children to attend secondary school in Dominica, providing them with books and uniform to ensure that every child can get to school. And in respect to the Dominica State College, as I said to you before, Labour is the one who created the Dominica State College. Labour is the one that built the new Dominica State College. And today, every child in Dominica who graduates from secondary school, every child in Dominica has a space at the Dominica State College because of the Dominica Labour Party. And not only every child have a space at the State College, it is free of charge. Free of charge. When you go to community college in America, ladies and gentlemen, do you know how much the children pay in America per semester? $8,000 in America, the largest and the most powerful economy in the world. And in Dominica, a small, poor country, all our children have access to free education in Dominica. That's what Labour Party is doing for us. So when they come and tell you Labour is doing nothing, ladies and gentlemen, you have the facts to give them. And you know the homes that we have built. Unfortunately, when Maria came, it washed away those homes. But today we are building back better, more resilient homes for Dominicans. More resilient homes for Dominicans. Everywhere in Dominica. Irrespective of where you are in Dominica, we are building homes. Nice homes, beautiful homes, solid homes for the people of Dominica. And we're not only building the homes for them, we're building the homes for them free of charge to them, ladies and gentlemen. There is nowhere in the English-speaking Caribbean where a government is building homes for its people and they pay nothing for it. Nowhere. And I'm saying to you, Dominicans who are living in Guadeloupe, that we are prepared to make provisions for you too when you come back home. Understand this. When Labour came into office, ladies and gentlemen, there are Dominicans who could not access the hospital because we had user fees. They couldn't go to the hospital and they couldn't get into the hospital on a bed unless they paid the outstanding fees they owed the hospital. When Labour came into office, we changed that. We changed that, ladies and gentlemen. Today, everybody 60 years and older and everybody 18 years and younger has free access to healthcare in Dominica. Free access. And when Ian Douglas told you tonight that very soon, when the hospital is fully completed, there are many of you Dominicans resident in Guadeloupe will start coming home for medical care. Understand this? Because we have in Dominica now a piece of medical equipment called Al-Haifu, ladies and gentlemen. And there are only 2 countries in the Caribbean with one. Dominica and the Bahamas. Only 2. Dominica and the Bahamas. A non-invasive type of treatment for cancers. Doing surgeries, ladies and gentlemen. Dominica. So we're making progress. We're getting somewhere. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have hotels opening in Dominica. 5-star internationally branded hotels. The Kempinski Hotel, the Marriott Hotel under construction, and very soon we will sign another contract to build a 130-room hotel where the Public Works Garage is now. We already sold the land to the developers. And the same company that built the Kempinski Hotel will be signing a second agreement with them for 100 rooms right next to the Kempinski, and you already see the land has been cleared. Making progress, ladies and gentlemen, creating sustainable jobs for people. And my hope and prayer is that you, Dominicans residing in Dominica, will have the opportunity to come back home and work in the country, have a home, have access to free healthcare, your children access to free education. So if you have your children in Guadeloupe and your children cannot afford the school in Guadeloupe, send them to Dominica. It is free for them, ladies and gentlemen. It is free for them. That's what Labour is doing. And we're about to start the construction of a new cruise port, ladies and gentlemen, for cruise ship village. And so the new ferry terminal will be done at the Woodbridge Bay. Modern facilities, not the harassment you get now at the Dame Nugent Charles Boulevard. We'll be building better infrastructure for you who come in for Guadeloupe, ladies and gentlemen. So our country is making progress. The world is with Dominica because the international community has a leader and a government that it trusts, ladies and gentlemen, that it knows has the people of Dominica at heart, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the difference between us and the Workers' Party. And let me speak to the few people in Guadeloupe who are still shouting workers. If you love Dominica, ladies and gentlemen, if you love your family back home, you cannot tell me that today you're talking about workers in Dominica. You cannot tell me that. You can't tell me you love Dominica and you love your grandparents back home and you're talking about voting a lazy man as Prime Minister called Linton or sacrifice or Linton. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the Labour Party, we are there to serve the people. That's what we've been doing, to serve the people. And you see me, ladies and gentlemen, I pride myself and I salute and celebrate the successes of people. I have a home, and my hope and ambition is to ensure that every family in Dominica has a decent home. The same thing I want for my children, it is the same thing I want for the children of Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. And I have made personal sacrifices for the greater good of Dominica. What sacrifice is your opposition making? None. They're all unemployed. They're all looking for a job. Ladies and gentlemen. When you come into politics, you're not coming to look for a job. You're coming to serve people. Serve people. And you have to be prepared to make personal sacrifices for the greater good of the people. What sacrifices is Lennox Linton and the Workers' Party making for Dominica? Nothing. And everything Labour has done and everything Labour is doing for the people of Dominica, they have criticized and undermined. They've criticized and undermined. The only interest is to get into power, ladies and gentlemen. But they do not have the means. They do not have the capacity to lead Dominica. Labour has proven itself that in difficult times you can know Labour can stand firm with the people of Dominica. You know that Labour has the international contacts it can reach out to bring help to Dominica. Nobody else has this but the Dominica Labour Party. And if we say we are Christian people, we celebrate and we worship God, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be true to ourselves and ask ourselves, what has Labour done for Dominica? What has this Labour Party done for Dominica? And the answer will be great things for Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. Labour has saved Dominica. When we came into office, there was no money. None at all. Couldn't pay salaries. Couldn't pay the debts. Unpaid checks. Everybody was being owed. And look at this. A hurricane hit us. Erica hit us in 2015 and Maria in 2017. And not one day, not 1 month, the public servants did not get paid. They're getting paid every month on time in Dominica. Not one social protection program we have ended because of the hurricane. As a matter of fact, we have strengthened them to ensure that the senior citizens of Dominica can continue to get a little pension every month. And when they're talking about what we're doing for people, this is the only party that has reached out to the senior citizens of Dominica. Only party with the Yes We Care program and the monthly allowance that many of your grandparents are relying on to buy the pound of sugar in the morning because of Labour. And every time we went to Parliament to pass the budget, The opposition opposed it. So how they support it? How they support it, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm saying to us here in Guadeloupe to stand firm. Labour is winning the elections in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not only winning, we're winning a landslide in Dominica. Landslide in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. Landslide. Because, you know, Labour, there are huge differences between Labour and UWP. Labour is like cheese, ladies and gentlemen. Like the Lavash kiwi, ladies and gentlemen, the cheese. UWP is like Pashi Coco, ladies and gentlemen. You squeeze the milk from it in Pashi Coco. No substance. No substance. Nothing at all. Every Jim who can vote by Pashi Coco, ladies and gentlemen. Paben pool qui a mangé Pashi Coco. Ladies and gentlemen, I am saying to you, and you know, see how dishonest these people are, you know. They're fighting the government in Dominica. They're fighting the government in Dominica to take out people who live overseas on the voters list. They don't want you to come to vote. But they come to Guadeloupe and Martinique and all over the place and tell you to come home and vote for them. And they come here and beg you for a little money, ladies and gentlemen. But when they go home, they tell you don't come to vote. I am saying to you, once your name is on the voters list, you can vote in the elections in Dominica. And nobody can stop you from doing that. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. And I know the vast majority of Dominicans who reside in Guadeloupe are voting Labour, of course. Of course they're voting Labour. Of course, they're voting Labour. They cannot, ladies and gentlemen, test the Labour Party. They will try. And you know, they believe that by attacking Roosevelt's carrot, that they'll weaken me. But every time they attack me, I'm getting stronger in Dominica. Stronger, ladies and gentlemen. Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock in Dominica. They cannot test me. They cannot take me out because you, the people of Dominica, are saying it's carried they want as Prime Minister of Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, I see some young ladies in there. You have your boyfriend working hard for you. Your boyfriend buy a little gift every birthday, every Christmas time. And some little fair coming by you telling you want to be a boyfriend. Ou te gen di mi se alev ban cheboy ola isuke sakli. And those of you who are married, when you marry, ladies and gentlemen, and you do your first 10 years, and you do the next 25 years, what do? You renew your vows. And that's what Dominicans are going to do with the Dominican Labour Party. We are going to renew our vows with the Dominican Labour Party when elections are called in the Commonwealth of Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're going to do. Change? No. When you marry 25 years, you buy a new ring for your wife, but you remain married, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Dominicans are doing. So I'm saying to you, the few of you in Guadeloupe and Dominica who are still shouting workers, understand that when you make a bad choice, like voting, ladies and gentlemen, you have to live with that for 5 years. You have to live with that for 5 years. And I am saying to you that what happens in Dominica affects you directly, Dominicans who live in Guadeloupe. Because when your grandparents who are 70 years old or 78 years old go to the hospital today and they don't have to pay, that is money you don't have to send for them to pay for the hospital. And if a workers' party come into office, that will come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Understand this. Understand this. And all the homes we building, they're criticizing me every day for building homes for Dominicans. And they criticize me further for giving Dominicans a home free. So if they're criticizing that, what do you expect to happen if they come into office? They will stop it. They will stop it. So the homes that your sister is getting free of charge from labor, that can come to an end. Because what we are doing, we're not playing games with people, you know. We don't play games with people's lives. And when we give a Dominican a house, ladies and gentlemen, we also giving them a certificate of title. They can own that home legally, ladies and gentlemen. That's what labor is doing for our people in Dominica. And you're telling me about change? What change? What change? You're going to change a hard-working government for lazy people? Lazy. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are going to lead people, you have to make sacrifices. And it is biblical, you know. When Jesus Christ was selecting his disciples and he went to Peter and he said to Peter, come follow me. Peter asked him, Master, what about my fishing? He couldn't leave. And Christ told him, I shall make you fishers of men. He had to leave his employment. He had to leave his daily bread and go and lead people, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we are doing in the Labour Party. We are making personal sacrifices for the greater good of Dominica and Dominicans. So there are serious differences between the Workers' Party and the Labour Party. It is like night and day, ladies and gentlemen. Night and day. This is the only party that cares for Dominica, that understands the plight of people and want people to succeed. That which I did not achieve myself, I want the young Dominicans to get it. That's what we're about. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us continue to be on Dominica's side. Let us continue to be on the side of progress. Let us continue to be side with a party that has a vision for Dominica, a party with a plan, a party with a program and a strategy to make Dominica a more progressive country. That's what we want, for you to understand that this election is a defining moment. And I said to Dominicans, I said to you here in Guadeloupe, that this election is not about Roosevelt's carrot. This is not about Labour Party. This is about the future of Dominica, the welfare and well-being of your children and your grandparents and your parents and your family in Dominica. That's what it is. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot gamble with our future. If you want to gamble, go and play domino dollar on the side of the road. Voting is a very serious matter. And so, those of you who are on the voters list, jump on the boat and come home, Dominica. And those of you who are not on the voters list, call your family back home and let them know that the only choice in this election is Roosevelt's carrot and the Dominican Labour Party. Because I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I don't come and complain to people how difficult it is to run Dominica. If I have to complain to Dominicans, I'll be complaining every minute. It's not easy to find money to run a small country like this. A country that was impacted by a hurricane, in a storm in 2010, another in 2013, one in 2015, and one in 2017, and we're still standing. It's not easy. But I am saying to you tonight that if Dominicans make a mistake and vote Workers' Party in, look at successful in Dominica. But I am comforted to know, that Dominicans are saying it is safer with Labour. Labour we seen, Labour we voting, ladies and gentlemen. And not one seat we giving them. Lazy bunch of people. Lazy. These guys are like ticks. You're like leeches, ladies and gentlemen. You're sucking people. That's all they're interested in. Not working. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Prime Minister of Dominica. I'm also the Minister of Finance. I have a constituency to run. I run the political party as well. I run the whole country. And I still make time to go on the farm and plant food. None of these guys have nothing planted, you know. Nothing planted. Nothing, no ambition. And ladies and gentlemen, if a man has no ambition for himself, he cannot have ambition for your children. If a man has no ambition for himself, he cannot have ambition for your children. If a man refuses to work, he cannot tell people go to work. If a man cannot create a job for himself, he cannot create jobs for people. Understand this. It is as simple as that. There is no big science to understand this. Nothing at all. And you know, finally, ladies and gentlemen, they criticize me for giving people help. They criticize me. But, you know, when a mother comes to me as Prime Minister, understand this, listen to me. When a mother comes to me, a child just born, the child has a heart in his hole, a hole in his heart, and has to go to Guadeloupe or Barbados and need 25,000 euros. What do I say to the Pound family? What do I say to them? Do I tell them go and pray? No. I have the means to help them, and I help them. And they criticize me for that. When we build homes for people, they're criticizing me because I build nice homes for people in the countryside in Dominica. But I have said to them, what is good for people in St. Roma and Mont Daniel, good for people in Dalis and Betica and Marigot and Wesley and Penville and all over Dominica? No. We're building homes for people the simplest. As a matter of fact, I will tell you, people who live in St. Roma and Mont Daniel are jealous of the homes we're building for people. Because those homes prettier and nicer than what they have. Lifting people up, raising people up, and that's what we're doing. So when they say Skerrit giving people handouts because they don't understand people, they don't love people, what Skerrit is doing is that he's giving people a hand up, ladies and gentlemen, taking them from down and putting them up, and that's what it is. And when I see the granny, or I see the physically challenged gentleman, and I see the children with joy and tears in their eyes when they get a key, ladies and gentlemen. How are you criticizing that? How are you criticizing that? How can you criticize a lady getting a home? A physically challenged person getting a home? How can you criticize that? Where's your love for people? Politics is about people, ladies and gentlemen. And you must love people, and you must understand their aspirations, their dreams, their sorrows, their frustrations, their anxieties, and find solutions to this. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're committed to doing. So hold strong, ladies and gentlemen. Hold strong, ladies and gentlemen. Come home to vote for the Dominica Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen. Come home and be part of a winning side, a side that knows what is best for Dominica. Labour is it, ladies and gentlemen. We are voting Labour all the way in the Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. Not one seat for the Workers' Party. Not one seat. Lazy, bunch of lazy sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they are, lazy bums. Because you know, when you have a man in the house, ladies and gentlemen, and the man is sitting watching TV whole day, watching cartoon, what you telling the man? Why go and get work for you to do? Go and get allez chercher travail pour faire. Eh bien, ça nous a dit Linton, allez chercher travail pour faire, ladies and gentlemen. But we're not giving you the seat of Prime Minister in Dominica. Because there's one man for Prime Minister, and that is Roosevelt Scarrett and the Dominican Labour Party. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. God bless you in Guadeloupe, and God bless the Dominica Labour Party. Thank you.
Party of the people, man. Oh, government. Yeah, no. Boom. What we doing? We going all the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way. And then we go now. This is the Labour anthem, man. We go to Labour 205, man. This is the Labour anthem, man. You know, for honesty, integrity in government. That's what we will do. Committee leadership. Let's keep this leadership to keep this country alive. For the Labour 205, Labour Party for you and me. Government of transparency. For progress for the nation. We go to Labour in 205. We go all the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. We going all the way with the Labour Party. All the way. And then we go now. Labour Party is here for the long haul, baby. Peace like possession, black as hell. This is the Labour anthem, man. Hear me now, listen. Labour government putting this country first. That is why we can reverse reducing poverty for you and me. Working in the best interest of this nation. Stabilize the economy. Revive banana industry. Record tourist arrival. Support for the elderly. We going all the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. We going all the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the, and then we go now. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. We going all the way with the, we let everybody know. You don't know, a foot for the shoe is a foot for the sneaker, man. So if you know what we have to do. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Keep the Labour inside. 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 You don't know. We voted for the stadium. Melting all through Oslo Highway. West Coast Highway. We voted progress. We voted Labour. What we doing? Keep the Labour inside. Keep the Labour inside. Keep the Labour inside. Back. Keep the Labour inside. Keep the Labour inside. Keep the Labour inside. You don't know. Picture train. Right now and so we in the sea of the red. The show, yeah. The show is not for you, man. Hey, boom. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. What we doing? All the way with the Labour Party. All the way with the Labour Party. You know, you don't know what for the show. We make things better for you. And for the Labour. All the way with the Labour Party. All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way.
Thank you. I know you had a wonderful time here tonight. And we thank you for coming out in such large numbers. Just a few announcements, my dear friends. Vehicle number ES076DB. It's a Nissan. You are blocking transport. Please move your transport. Vehicle number ES076DB. It's a Nissan. You are blocking transportation. Please move your vehicle. We can also tell you, my dear friends, those of you who came up on the boat from Dominica, please ensure that you get to the port for 8 o'clock. I think the boat is 8 o'clock. The boat is leaving at 8 o'clock tonight. So therefore, you check in at 8 o'clock. So you got to ensure that you get back, stay as a group, and ensure that you get back for 8 o'clock tonight. The boat leaves, I believe, at 9 o'clock. So please. So the bus is here at 7:30. So please ensure that you get to the bus. We can also tell you that all Dominicans are invited to the Dominica Guadeloupe Association meeting. That's the General Assembly. The General Assembly of the Dominica Guadeloupe Association. And that is to be held on Saturday, November 30th at 3 p.m. at Mission de la Citoyenne in Pointe-à-Pitre. All are invited. A new executive to run the association will be elected, my dear friends. So all will be invited. So we also have buses to transport you all over Guadeloupe. Those of you who have no transportation, there are buses available to transport you back home. We thank you so much for coming and making this a great event, a wonderful event. Please stay close to Labour, and on election day, we will be with you to ensure that you come home to vote for the Dominica Labour Party. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Chebe for Pala James, Mesdames Labour. Thank you, and good night.